From the Virgil, a production of the A&A Media Group and Consider It Done Productions. Award-winning, aging, and awesome. Here are your hosts, Kai Sisson and Aaron Breen.
Hello and welcome to Aging and Awesome, where we strive to inform, enlighten, and inspire older people to embrace aging and keep moving forward.
We are so excited you are here in our live studio audience and those of you joining us from home, and we have quite a show lined up tonight. Planning ahead and realizing you're never too old to chase a dream. That's the theme this week.
That certainly is. Now we're going to show you how planning ahead now for mobility challenges that may happen in the future can really make your lifestyle better. Our friends from Summit Elevator are here to show you how they can help. And Tim Johnston from the Better Business Bureau is here tonight as well. He's going to have details on an upcoming seminar right here in Reno that you might want to put on your calendar.
Plus, there's a ride in my cab. It's a fun one. But first, the story of a local comedian who never even realized he wanted to be a comedian until he was a senior himself. And now he's living the dream right here in Reno.
Pete Fina is his name, and he always knew that he was that funny guy, you know? The one that all the coworkers were always saying, you know, you ought to be a comedian. Well, check this out. Now he is.
She goes, well, I know that you're aging.
Stand-up comedians are all the rage in entertainment these days.
I'm originally from a small town not too far away from here called Gardnerville.
25 cents today. That's a meal for 25 cents. Like, add a little mayonnaise to that, that's Alfredo.
With you, sir? That looks like Dracula.
While many comics are driven to the stage at a very young age, Pete Fina kind of stumbled onto it a little later in life.
Is our only comic on the show who is on Medicare. Please give it up to Pete Fina!
He was proud to be there and to have us there watching.
Hey, you know what? It's a special night tonight. There's a local show here, Aging and Awesome. Why are they interested in me? I think we know why. Aaron Breen is back there with her crew. They're filming this thing tonight. Yeah, you guys are going to be on TV.
Pete has always enjoyed comedy, but he never really thought about actually doing it.
I was maybe the funny guy at work, you know, when I was working. And everyone said, hey, you should be a comedian. I never thought it could happen, but Wayne made it happen.
You see, after a divorce a few years ago, he started going to local comedy shows just to find a few laughs in life. And one night,
this guy comes up to the table and he goes, hey, I want to thank you for coming to all these shows, you know. And he goes, my name's Wayne. I run Reno Tahoe Comedy. Just thanks a lot. And I said, hey, Wayne, you know, I'm a big fan of comedy. I got 2 questions for you, though. Do you have any age or weight restrictions for your comedians? And the guy laughed. Next week I come back. He comes over to the table and he says, hey, can you give me 5 minutes tomorrow night? I didn't know quite what that meant. I go, are you okay? This is an opportunity, right? Out of nowhere, I'm 65 years old, and he's saying I can get into the show. So the next night, I did 5 minutes on stage in the show that I just watched. And it's like a dream come true. You know, 65, who knew?
do you get nervous when you walk up there?
A little bit, I'll tell you that. You betcha, because I want to go up there and I want to be prepared, and I want to do the very best I can.
Where does he get his ideas? From life.
I'm projecting the guy that's getting older and the frustrations of getting older and kind of the silly things that happen as we get older and older. So I'm kind of that guy. What makes you think I would have leftovers? I go, look, I don't have like a meatloaf in one pocket and gravy in the other. I go, here's a tip. Go after the skinny people. They got the food.
And he has some advice for all of you older folks watching. Never say never. Seriously, putting yourself out there with whatever you enjoy can pay off in unexpected ways.
This stuff is a fantasy of mine that's happening, and I can't believe it at this age. So it's just great.
Oh, man, he has an open invitation, too.
All my fellow senior citizens out there, come on down and see me. Come to the show. I'll tell you what, you do, I will make you my special drink. It's vodka and Metamucil. I call it the smooth operator. We'll just party until about 8:30, then we have to go watch Wheel of Fortune. That'll be that.
Great story, Breen. It goes to show you that you just never know what is around the corner. I mean, anything can happen.
Right? And you know what? If you're interested in seeing Pete and maybe having to make him one of those special drinks, you can find him performing with Reno Tahoe Comedy. We've got a link all set up for you on our website at www.agingandawesome.com. Just click on the Featured Segments tab.
Now don't you go away. We've got important information coming up on planning ahead for your own mobility and on a free seminar with a ton of useful information being put on by the Better Business Bureau. But first, in just 90 seconds, we reconvene with Aaron Breen.
I thought there was nothing people could do about scams until I found Better Business Bureau's Scam Tracker website. There, I learned about scams in my area.
I lost a lot of money.
And I shared my story too. I was offered an online work from home job. I spent all this money on course training materials, but there was no job. So be careful.
Thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome. Better Business Bureau. Start with trust.
Eden Home Health is Northern Nevada's highest-rated home health for quality of patient care. You have a choice. Ask your doctor for the best in-home health care, Eden Home Health. And Eden Hospice. The personalized care team at Eden Hospice is dedicated to focusing on your loved one's quality of life during a difficult time. Eden Hospice's mission is to ensure dignity for every patient. Find out how Eden Hospice can help your family by calling 841-6123.
You've planned ahead your whole life for your job, your home, your children, and for your retirement. But have you taken the time to prepare an estate plan? Most people haven't. We are the Trust Masters. Over the years, we have helped hundreds of families and business owners prepare an affordable estate plan. Go to our website at trustmasters.com to set up a free consultation and sign up for one of our educational workshops, or just give us a call. We are the Trust Masters. Living trust. Don't leave Earth without one.
If you're 64 or 65 and newly eligible for Medicare, you only have a few months to enroll, or you may incur a late enrollment penalty. By understanding Medicare now, you'll have time to get a full picture of the choices that are right for you. Join experts from Senior Care Plus for a free ABCs of Medicare seminar to learn about Medicare and the options available to you. Sign up at seniorcareplus.com or call 775-982-3158 today.
Hello there. Don't you just hate it when you find yourself working on a project and you clear a ton of the hurdles with it and you just feel like the answer is right there, but you cannot see it? Look, I started this podcast, Aaron's Isle, to inform people about all of the things I feel that they should make the effort to see if they're in Ireland. Not just the landmarks, not just the things that the Tourism Bureau pushes, but the things that actually make Ireland so very, very magical. Living there, I did see that far too many people hit the superficial tourist attractions and they feel like they've seen Ireland just because they saw Dublin and maybe the Blarney Castle. Well, I was determined to show people all the hidden gems there, and I still am. So I decided to put all these stories into a podcast, and I got it onto a radio station in Dublin, and then I put it on the internet, and then onto the airlines, thinking that's gonna fund it. It'll fund itself. Well, that didn't work. So I tried the Patreon idea, asking people to subscribe. That didn't work either. I'm not the best at the sales, I guess. And then I thought, I know, the answer is to turn it into a nonprofit and go after grants to promote all the other nonprofits over in Ireland, like, the Donkey Sanctuary and the Butter Museum and the Black Rock Observatory and small retail places like the Ballymaloo Cookery School. It just seemed that the answer was right there. And for some reason, I just couldn't see it. Well, about 6 months ago, it came to me. Maybe I should just take people with me and show them all these magical places in person. So I went ahead and set up a tour, a 2-week tour of Aaron's Isle. The crazy, magical, out-of-the-way places that I do all my stories on. And lo and behold, people are signing up. I will get another trip there to collect stories and show off the Emerald Isle. I have just 2 spots left for the first trip. That's this May. And interest is so high right now, I'm setting up another one for September. The answer I just couldn't see was giving tours. Sometimes solving a riddle just takes tenacity. So if by chance you would like to join us and see the magic in person this spring, I do have 2 spots left, or even next fall. There's still room there too. But I hope not for long. For Aging and Awesome, I'm Aaron Breen.
Reconvene with Aaron Breen is presented by The Medicare Store. The Medicare Store offers free, unbiased personal Medicare advice. Visit themedicarestore.com to find a location near you.
If you or a loved one is having mobility issues involving stairs in their home, Summit Elevator can help. Summit Elevator can install an attractive and effective elevator that will give you the convenience you need to help your loved one safely reach an upper or lower level of your home. Our professional staff will carefully discuss the options and costs that fit your specific needs. Summit Elevator installs quality mobility products and is a locally family-owned company that has been serving Northern Nevada for over 20 years. Call Summit Elevator today.
I'm already on Medicare. Can I ignore all this mail? I keep hearing I can get more from my Medicare. How do I do that?
Reply hazy. Ask again.
This 8-ball's just as confused as everyone else.
You're not using that right. Give me that. Where can I get Medicare advice?
The Medicare Store.
Have you tried calling your neighbors at the Medicare Store? Visit the Medicare Store on South Meadows Parkway and US 395 in South Reno. Aging and Awesome is presented by Seniors in Service and the Foster Grandparent Program, helping at-risk children meet academic standards while providing positive intergenerational social interaction. The Foster Grandparent Program is looking for new volunteers. With a minimum commitment of only 5 hours a week, the Foster Grandparent Program is an excellent opportunity to give back to kids in our community. To apply to be a foster grandparent, give them a call at 775-358-2768 or visit seniorsinservicenevada.org.
Life is story. Pages of amazing adventure and narrow escapes. Bold steps taken, races run, chapters on love and hard lessons and new beginnings. Your life, your legacy, our privilege to serve. Morningstar Senior Living.
Hey there, welcome back to Aging and Awesome. You know, planning ahead is so important at every age, and when it comes to your mobility, we may all need a little help eventually. Well, Nick Cook is with Summit Elevator, and he's joining us here on the couch to talk about what you guys do for not only seniors, lots of different people in our community, stair lifts, mobility devices, elevators in the home. What type of people are you helping?
We have a large demographic because of the products that we're able to offer. So we have everything starting down from your private residential elevator, stair lifts, ADA products, wheelchair lifts, even some kind of new hybrids that are now out on the market where it's not quite a residential elevator, but it's not quite an ADA lift. It's able to fill some of the nice gaps that are in our industry. So
absolutely, and it's people that probably want to stay in their homes. I know when I worked in home care, a lot of people don't want to move. They're happy and they want to stay in their home. You allow that, providing this mobility support.
One of the big factors that we see from our clients right now, especially in the housing market and what we've seen over the past few years, is these clients have lived in their houses, they've turned these houses into homes, and they've rooted themselves into their communities. And at 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, it's just really not a feasible option, or they really don't want to. This is now home. They're a part of the community and they want to stay there. And it's really nice that we have products to be able to make that happen, to where, they say, I've raised children, I've raised grandchildren through this home. I don't want to leave just because I have to get upstairs. So we're able to do that through stair lifts, wheelchair lifts, residential elevators.
Tell me a little bit about how sometimes this can be covered.
One of our relationships that we've built here locally is through the VA. So veterans, they definitely have a soft spot for myself and Summit Elevator. Right now they have programs to where we're installing elevators, we're installing stair lifts at a zero cost to the veterans. So we like to get out and do functions with them so that they can understand those benefits, because they do.
Absolutely.
They look at the equipment and they think that this big, huge number. And even for the ones who are not veterans, still just opening that conversation up with the products, with how everything is advancing. It's becoming a lot more affordable than a lot of our clients initially think.
Our live studio audience, do you have any questions for Nick?
As a Vietnam vet, do you send someone out to their home to look at it, to see what's the best idea, to figure out which is the best way to go?
First off, thank you for your service. Much appreciated again on a personal level for me. So how the VA works specifically is we work in coordination with their doctors. So they will contact us and they will say, we've got veteran Gary over here and here's his address, his phone number. We need you to reach out to him and make a visit to his house and determine if we can put the products in his house and which product will work best for him. We'll make a site visit, discuss with the veteran kind of their lifestyle, what's going on in the house. And sometimes we end up recommending a different type of equipment than what was originally asked of us.
Great question, Gary. Nick, thank you so much for all you guys do. Local family-owned business, Summit Elevator. Give them a call at the number on your screen. Nick with Summit Elevator. Thank you.
Thank you.
Closed captioning for Aging and Awesome is brought to you by...
At Reno Eye Institute, you'll get the attention you deserve from a doctor who cares.
I came in to see Dr. Freeman at Reno Eye Institute because I was able to get in and see him right away, and that was very important to me. From the moment I met Dr. Freeman, I felt that he really cared about me. He cared about my eyes and cared about me as a person.
At Reno Eye Institute, our focus is you.
Now accepting new patients. Call Reno Eye Institute today at 451-7268.
Aging and Awesome, and welcome back to Tim Johnston with the Better Business Bureau, who comes by to keep us all safe from scams. And there is a big seminar coming up that you're going to tell us about that has to do with the Federal Trade Commission.
Right. So the first full week of March, so the 5th through the 11th, is National Consumer Protection Week. And on Tuesday, March 7th, we'll be hosting a seminar at 10 a.m. It'll be at the Reno-Sparks Chamber of Commerce office. And so we'll have individuals from the Federal Trade Commission, the regional director from the San Francisco office. We'll have 2 deputy attorney generals from the Attorney General's office with the Bureau of Consumer Protection. We'll also have an investigator from Nevada Consumer Affairs. And really the purpose for National Consumer Protection Week is to get information out, to allow government agencies, consumer protection groups, and organizations like BBB to come together and relay information to help protect consumers, not only from consumer protection issues, but also how to be aware of scams, to avoid scams, and also how to report them.
Now, it's not necessarily for people to come in with their particular scam, because those are just reported in, right? This is a bigger view of it, right?
Right. So each of the agencies will have about 10 to 12 minutes to talk about what's important to them, latest information. So like for the Better Business Bureau, that week we'll be releasing our most riskiest scams for 2022. And I know the Federal Trade Commission will have updated information from their Consumer Sentinel Network data book. So it'll be a time to relay information, but we'll also have a time for Q&A after. And each of them will be staying around afterwards, so if you did have a particular question, you could talk to them.
Well, we will be getting back to you on the riskiest scams once they are announced. But I have to put on my glasses to see this. But it was, you said the Federal Trade Commission, they got more than 5.7 million reports of fraud?
In 2021. So they have this vast database of consumer complaints, and 5.7 million came in 2021. And so from that, about $5.8 billion was lost to fraud. So it's really important that individuals know that we're all potential victims of scams. And so it's important that we're aware and know how to avoid scams and also how to report them if you do happen to be a victim.
And then who do you want to come to this? Anybody can go? You don't have to be a business owner or a...
Correct. So it's at the Reno-Sparks Chamber of Commerce. You don't have to be a business owner, but if you are, we encourage you to come as well, because we're all consumers, and we'll also have information for small businesses as well. But really, all of us are consumers, and so I encourage you, whether young or old, we know that all ages are potential victims of scams, and so it's good to come and to learn.
So let's see if anybody here in the studio audience has any kind of questions for Tim. Oh, Uncle Gary does.
On television, they're talking about title theft. What can a person do to protect himself from that problem?
So it does happen as far as home title theft. Now, you don't have to pay somebody to file the forms that you need to do. It's something you can do on your own behalf by reaching out to your local county, like the Washoe County Assessor, to file the form to secure it in your name and prevent it from being moved to somebody else's name.
Do you know what happens to a person who's caught scamming?
The short answer is yes. People do get caught. Is it as often as we'd like to see? Probably not. But really, this is where reporting comes into play, because law enforcement won't know what's going on if we don't let them know what we're seeing and what we're hearing and what impact it's having on our lives. So I'd encourage you, whether you've lost money or not, to reach out and report it. The simple way to do that is BBB Scam Tracker at bbb.org/scam tracker.
And then one more time, the details. It's on the 7th?
So Tuesday, March 7th. 10 a.m. It's free and open to the public, and it'll be at the Reno-Sparks Chamber of Commerce, and that's behind the Reno Town Mall.
Thank you so much for keeping us safe. Tim Johnston with the Better Business Bureau.
If you're 64 or 65 and newly eligible for Medicare, you only have a few months to enroll, or you may incur a late enrollment penalty. By understanding Medicare now, you'll have time to get a full picture of the choices that are right for you. Join experts from Senior Care Plus for a free ABCs of Medicare seminar to learn about Medicare and the options available to you. Sign up at seniorcareplus.com or call 775-982-3158 today.
Thinking about moving or downsizing? You should meet my good friend Marsha Rambo with Realty One Group Eminence, with over 35 years experience and specializing in helping older people. If you're looking for a home that better fits your lifestyle, Marsha is the right person for you.
Thanks, Joe. I'm Marsha Rambo, and I'm a realtor. I'll help you find the right home at any stage of your life. Whether you're considering selling your home or making a purchase, give me a call at 775-395-9133. Together, we'll make a plan that will best work for you.
Call Marsha today and tell her I sent you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Aging and Awesome. And you know, this is a person who's been watching us really since day one. If I recall, this is her third time in the cab over the last 5 years, 9 seasons. It's Ann Kent.
You're good, you got it.
She's a part of the Sterling Silver Club with Renown, right?
Right.
And super active and wonderful, comes to our tapings when she can. It's just full of energy and life and sweetness. So welcome.
Thank you, glad to be here.
You've been good, healthy, happy?
Healthy, happy, somewhat productive and prosperous. I won't brag a whole lot on that, though.
Well, I love to hear that, Ann. You are just so wonderful. You know the rules. Get 3 out of 4 questions right today, and I got some chocolate for you.
Yum.
Yum, yum in the tum-tum, as they say. Ann Kent, are you ready to play?
I am.
Here we go. Question number 1. Who was the first female Prime Minister of Great Britain? A. Lady Diana Spencer. B. Margaret Thatcher. C. Victoria Beckham. Or D. Theresa May.
Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher is correct. Good job, Ann. That one was too easy for you, but you're a smart one. Here we go. Question number 2. In what city was Anne Frank's hideout? A. Berlin. B. Helsinki. C. Amsterdam. Or D. Oslo.
It's one of the first 2, and I think it was Berlin.
Berlin is incorrect, and it was Amsterdam.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot.
Get out of the cab. No, never for you especially. And that's okay, you can get one wrong, but let's get the next two right, okay?
I promise.
Here we go, question number 3. What is a community of ants called? A cluster, B, a city, C, a community, or D, a colony?
I'll say cluster.
Oh, and Kent, it was colony of ants.
Doggone it.
Well, that's okay. You are so great. Thank you so much for coming and playing. I think you've won all your other times.
I have. I have.
So I got you this time. But again, thank you. And I love to ask, you know what I ask everybody, 15 seconds. Tell the world, what are you thinking?
Well, after we finish here, I'm on my way to go get my taxes done. And I just want to say that a person doesn't know how much they have to be thankful for until they have to pay taxes on it.
That is very wise and applicable as we approach tax season here. And thank you very, very much. You're welcome back anytime, and we will have you again, okay?
Thank you.
Kai's Cab is presented by Senior Care Plus, the only Nevada-based not-for-profit Medicare Advantage plan serving Washoe County and Carson City. Senior Care Plus, for the healthiest reasons.
That about does it for us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Next week on Aging and Awesome, pickleball. George Rizet is on the court and ready to go. We'll tell you how to get involved yourself and why it's so popular right now. That's next week, right here on Aging and Awesome, 7 p.m. Saturday on CBS in Northern Nevada.
And thank you to all of our live studio audience members, to our music man, Colin Ross, to Virgil for having us in, and all of you joining us from home. We couldn't do this show without all of your support.
Neither could we do it without our community stakeholders who are deserving of your patronage. A big thank you to the Trustmasters,
The Medicare Store, the Better Business Bureau,
Eden Home Health and Eden Hospice,
Morningstar Senior Living of Sparks,
Seniors in Service,
Krista Meyer Law, Life Care Planning Reno, LLC.
Marsha Rambo with Realty One Group Eminence,
Reno Eye Institute,
Summit Elevator,
and Senior Care Plus. Good night.
Good night.
The Better Business Bureau investigates and reports on scams that hurt consumers through the BBB Scam Tracker website. Here, some people share their stories, and others educate themselves. And together, we empower our community.
If you or a loved one is having mobility issues involving stairs in their home, Summit Elevator can help. Summit Elevator can install an attractive and effective elevator that will give you the convenience you need to help your loved one safely reach an upper or lower level of your home. Our professional staff will carefully discuss the options and costs that fit your specific needs. Summit Elevator installs quality mobility products and is a locally family-owned company that has been serving Northern Nevada for over 20 years. Call Summit Elevator today.